There's a fine line between what can be considered significant and what is irrelevant. I got the job as the digital archivist for the Gainesville courthouse. I was told that I had authority over what was saved and what was trashed. The tedious nature of my work was easily offset by the occasional fascinating record. But in the case of the statement of Randolph Carter, I was not only out of my depth, I was shaken to my core. I continued to roll it around in my mind as I approached my supervisor's office. If it was madness, there was no reason to archive it. If it was true, what purpose would it serve to keep it all these years later? But I couldn't help but feel that burying it, no matter how horrifying the revelation, might cover up some vital knowledge about the nature of life and death.
Did you bring the paper copy?
It's all there.
You might as well get comfortable, David. The record itself seems legitimate. Testimony taken on May 10th, 1920. What did the IPS show?
It's consistent with that date.
Then what's your misgiving?
I've never been faced with a document like this before. It's the police record of a statement taken from one Randolph Carter.
Well, let's take a look. I repeat you, officer, that your inquisition is fruitless. Detain me here forever if you will. Confine or execute me if you must have a victim to propitiate the illusion you call justice. But I can say no more than I have said already. Little on the verbose side, isn't he?
But his story is compelling. Keep reading.
Again, I say, I do not know what has become of Harley Warren, though I think, almost hope, that he is in peaceful oblivion.
If there be anywhere so blessed a thing. It is true that I have for 5 years been his closest friend and a partial sharer of his terrible research into the unknown.
Stick to the facts, Mr. Carter. Just tell us what happened on the evening of December 9th, 1919.
Of course, officer. I have no reason not to. I won't deny it, though my memory is uncertain, but if this witness of yours says he saw us together...
Our witness states that he saw you with Mr. Warren on Gainesville Pike towards Big Cypress Swamp about 11 o'clock.
My memory as to the date is uncertain, but if that's what your witness saw, I have no reason to doubt it. For me, it was a night that time stopped. The events that followed played a part in the single hideous scene which remains burned into my shaken recollection. But of what followed, and of the reason I was found alone and dazed on the edge of the swamp the next morning, I must insist that I only know what I have told you over and over again.
The Big Cypress Swamp. The culmination of all my studies. Tonight's the night.
For what? For what, Harley? I've read the ancient books in your den, those containing languages I've mastered.
Your prolific knowledge of the languages of the world have helped me immensely.
But some of your study was derived from books whose language I don't recognize. Hardly any language at all. Symbols, images...
You know all you need to know.
I know the history of the swamp. Only those cryptic manuscripts whose masteries you seem to have unlocked tell the whole story.
I'm afraid that the appalling enigma contained within those volumes are too dangerous to reveal to anyone who's not willing to take the journey to the end.
But what is at the journey's end? Will you tell me that at least?
To discover if a theory I've harbored might be true. It stems from a question I've been asking myself since a discovery I made in my research.
What discovery?
Why do certain corpses never decay, but rest firm and fat in their tombs for thousands of years? This discovery has led me to consider the ultimate desire of all mankind.
That being...
immortality. The ability to live forever.
Where do I fit into all of this?
I'll only need your assistance for the middle part of the journey. Once I give you the signal, you'll return home.
But in what condition would I be leaving you, Harley? Can you answer me that? You brought the sequestered manuscript with you. Why? You've never let it leave the confines of your study.
Kacha kwama, ulu bandori la monsa, use usa, allora monto, la monsa, la mota, use allori monsa. Badozda, badora, monto, bazoda monsa, use allori badosa. Mr. Lori, Mr. Monto, Mr. Monsa, Usa, Lori, Mistova.
The swamp is draining. Such blackness. I've not seen a bed of silt so void of form or color.
Now, we descend into the swamp. Light the lanterns. Give me a lantern. Bring the coil of wire. Follow me.
I can't see you. I can barely detect the gray anemic glow from what I can only assume are our lanterns. Is the darkness swallowing up the light?
Certainly you're not trying to tell me that the swamp was magically drained of water. We searched the entire area. The swamp was and is as it's always been.
If you could convince me that it was all a dream, I would be immensely grateful. But the picture of it is seared into my soul. The hour must have been long after midnight, for a waning crescent moon was high in the vaporous heavens. When we reached the bottom of the swamp, the moon lit up the scene before us. The place was an ancient cemetery. So ancient that I trembled at the manifold signs of immemorial years.
At the base of the swamp, a cemetery.
We were encased with a vague stench which my idle fancy associated absurdly with rotting stone. I could distinguish a repellent array of antique slabs, urns, cenotaphs, and mausolean facades, all crumbling, moss-grown, and moisture-stained, partly concealed by the gross luxuriance of the unhealthy vegetation. My first vivid impression of my own presence in this terrible necropolis concerns the act of pausing with Harley before a certain half-obliterated sepulcher, and of throwing down some burdens which we seem to have been carrying.
It's clear to me now. I know what we're to do. It's come to me like a vision.
Yes. I don't know what we're to do, but I feel like we were meant to be here.
Grab the pick. I'll take the shovel. This is it. Grab the other shovel. Help me dig. There. Grab the bar. We'll pry it up. Quick! Bring the lantern over here.
Is that
Stone steps leading into the darkness below.
into the bowels of the earth, marked with earthly sludge mixed with foul ichor? This is what we came for?
Sorry to have to ask you to stay on the surface, but it'd be a crime to let anyone with your frail nerves go down there.
You know what's down there.
You can't imagine, even from what you've read and from what I've told you, the things I have to see and do. It's fiendish work, Carter. I doubt if any man without ironclad sensibilities could ever see it through and come up alive and sane.
Then why would you be so foolish to risk it?
What would you be willing to risk for immortality?
Immortality? Down there? If that's true, why can't I go with you?
I don't wish to offend you, and heaven knows I'd be glad enough to have you with me, but the responsibility is mine. I couldn't drag one as decent as you down to the probable death or madness. Only my instincts tell me that the secret to immortality rests below. Research informs my common sense to stay above and face my mortality.
What's down there that compels you? What dangers are worth your goal? You owe me that much.
I tell you, you can't imagine what the thing is really like. but I promise to keep you informed over the radio devices.
Wait! Harley, there's more to be said! The radio device. Harley? Can you hear me? Are you there? Answer me if you can hear. Is that you, Harley? Speak directly into the radio so I can hear you. Answer me if you can hear. What's going on? Don't go down any further. Can you hear me? Come back. Come back, Harley. It's not worth it. He's gone. Harley, for all the things that I never...
God!
Harley, is that you?
If you could only see what I'm seeing, Randolph!
What is it?
Carter!
Harley. Harley, are you there? What do you see?
Wait! No! Carter, it's terrible. Monstrous. Unbelievable.
Harley, what is it? Tell me.
I can't tell you, Carter. It's too utterly.
Harley? Harley Warren, are you...
God! I never dreamed of this.
Harley, for the love of God, get out of there if you can. Quick! Make for the surface. It's your only chance. Do as I say. Don't waste time.
Randolph, quickly.
Harley?
Put the stone back if you can. Get out of here.
I'm not leaving you here.
Not for yourself. For mankind.
Did you put the slab back in time?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
I felt something move past my ankles and looked down to see the swamp had risen.
The steps leading below, were they submerged?
I don't know. The next thing I remember was the voice of a police officer. I was standing at the edge of the swamp. It was sunrise. My clothes were drenched. I was missing a shoe. I stood there hoping it was a nightmare, but the condition of my clothing and the presence of the police officer belied all hope.
You remember nothing else?
Not from that night. But I have memories. Or are they night horrors? I hear a prolonged shriek and I wonder, is that Harley Warren? Then I hear a voice that I know doesn't belong to Harley. Whose is it? And in answer to that question, I hear in my head the thing that brings a dark cloud over my mind. I in no way try, officer, to account for that thing, that voice, nor can I venture to describe it in detail. It seems to take away my consciousness and creates a mental blank. Shall I say that the voice was deep, hollow, remote, disembodied, inhuman, otherworldly? What shall I say? It's the end of my experience, the end of my story. I hear it, and in my mind I view a dank cemetery in the bottom of a swamp, amidst the crumbling stones and the falling tombs, the miasmal vapors. I hear that voice well up from the innermost depths of that damnable open sepulchre as I envision the amorphous necrophagous shadows that dance beneath an accursed waning moon. And the voice says, "Fool, Harley Warren is with us now."
And that's the end of the statement of Randolph Carter.
And you found no subsequent document of this case?
I scoured the records.
Well, it's compelling, but it's incomplete. It's such an isolated record, I see no reason to archive it.
I wonder if that alone isn't a reason to preserve it.
What makes you think so?
What if Harley Warren was on to something?
On to what? This entire statement sounds like the ramblings of a deranged mind.
It does. But there's something about it that has the ring of truth.
If you say so. But I still don't see the benefit of archiving the incident.
But what does this statement reveal about the nature of immortality?
Now you're only taxing the contemplative abilities of a world-weary bureaucrat.
Imagine if someone else came across the same information that Harley Warren had in his possession. What if they had the aid of someone like Randolph Carter? It may sound like a ghost story to us, But if it's true, then this may be the only record that gives us a roadmap to immortality.
You seem sincere, son, but isn't the notion of immortality a flight of imagination? Even if we had access to immortality, this statement doesn't make it sound very appealing.
I guess you're right. But if it's the truth, the sooner we have knowledge of it, the sooner we can face our humanity.
You're too deep for me, young man. I wish I could share your enthusiasm for the ramifications of this document. But the fact remains. With so many records to archive, the likelihood is that a single record like this would simply get lost in the ravenous tunnel of bandwidth.
That's true.
But listen. As I've always said, the choice of what to keep and what to trash is up to you. Just leave a log of which choice you make. If that's all, we should get back to work.
Right. There's a fine line between what can be considered significant and what is irrelevant. There is much of what we've accepted as truth that turns out to be fiction. Did George Washington chop down the cherry tree? Did Christopher Columbus discover America? On the other hand, there's much truth in fiction. Think of the great truths found in the fictions of authors like Shakespeare, Tolstoy, or Miguel de Cervantes. For that matter, weren't the parables of Jesus merely fictions that revealed greater truths? Truths far more significant than those discovered by scientists at the bottom of test tubes? Which leaves me with the question that will be easy for most to answer, not so easy for others. These are the simple, absent-minded choices that gives birth to human history.